Hello, hello, all you lovely people, and welcome back to Simon's Trading Channel. Sorry about my dodgy voice. Happy Monday to you. It's the beginning of the week, and what does that mean? Well, that means that there was a weekly closure just a few hours ago for all of the perpetual exchanges. So I'm going to check straight in on that before we get into the lower time frames, of which there may be something significant brewing, as I just sort out my moustache. Anyway, yeah, I hope you've all had a good day and your week has opened up many opportunities as opposed to many annoyances. But let's now get into the price action analysis. And contrarily, no such word, in contrast to yesterday's video when I was talking about the weekly. Oh, no, it's the same. I was looking at the wrong candle. This is the weekly closure, which I described as a bit bearish, and indeed it was a bit bearish. Today, however, looks less bearish, but clearly on the first day of the week, paying attention to the weekly candle is a little bit of a fool's game, and so I'm not going to. But I did conclude 9 weeks within a range. It's within a range that's sort of Simon defined, but it's effectively from about 59,000 up to about 74,000, with one little wick down below. Now, we'll come on to whether or not this wick is likely to be filled in right now. So, moving on to the lower time frames. Is there much point in checking out the daily? No, not at this point. So, down to the 4 hour. Now, yesterday, I recorded my video when the price was here somewhere. And you will recall me saying it looked a bit like a bear flag, which indeed it did. But it resolved, so on the low time frames, this was what I was referring to, was an impulsive move down and then a consolidation sort of sideways and up. Classically, that's a bear flag. However, this consolidation broke to the upside. So basically, a move down, a move to the side, and a move up. See this a lot in Bitcoin. Almost looks like a pan, doesn't it? With a handle. There's a hand or a cup. There's a cup. And there's a handle and there's a cup. Anyway, that's irrelevant. It's just an observation. But you do see that a lot. Impulsive move down, sideways, and then the whole thing retraced. On the low. Well, you see it on the high time frames too, but that's the 15-minute time frame. Anyway, so enough 15-minute time frame jazz. What I want to do now is check in on the 4 hour. Now, yesterday I was talking about a key area for the 4 hour / daily to reclaim was this high here, which is, I would say, the last of a sequence of lower highs that started here. So those are lower highs and lower lows define a downtrend, and therefore for the downtrend to cease and an uptrend to begin, you would first need to see price get back above the recent high. Because by doing that, it would mean that this becomes a high-low relative to here, as opposed to continuation to the downside. So if it did that. And it still may do that. However, I just want to make sure this candle closure has occurred before I say that momentum has now switched to the upside. So 4 hour momentum is now using my personally defined momentum oscillator, switched back to the upside. So when I see the MACD cross the zero line, if it crosses to the upside, that to me means momentum to the upside. So this has got potential for a move that could get back above this current local high and therefore have the etchings, and it would only be etchings, of an uptrend on the lowerish time frames. And I've done this over the last few videos, but you see what I mean. If it gets back above there, wow. Talk about rubbish drawings, but if it gets back above here, then you then have a low, a high, and a higher low, which is the first thing you need for the beginning of an uptrend. So that's not there yet. It's not there yet. However, momentum would suggest that that is more likely to occur. Doesn't mean it will, just means it's more likely. Momentum on the daily, however, is still securely down, and it's making a try for the zero line on the MACD here, and currently it's sort of suggesting that it's going to do that in 70,000s. But I don't pay attention to that number when the MACD is still a bit away from the zero line. I imagine that will come down, and I wouldn't be surprised if it comes down to about 66,000, which is this high. And if all this happens, and there's a lot of ifs, if Bitcoin gets above this high on 4 hours and daily, and then if it gets back above basically 66,000, basically 66,500 on 4 hours and daily, then it's likely that the momentum on the daily will also flip back to the upside. And that would look very good then. And I did this a few videos ago. But if you look at when the daily MACD moves from below to above the zero line, for example here, it tends to lead to some serious upside. And then drop below, and then it moved again here, serious upside. You can go back and check it yourself if you wish to do so. That on its own is not tradable. Of course you can do what you like, because none of this is financial advice. But just crossing the zero line on its own wouldn't be a good trade strategy to have on its own. Maybe as part of another trade strategy, yes, but not on its own. So anyway, the point I was making was, I think Bitcoin today has given itself a chance. It's still a chance, it's not confirmed. For me, first confirmation, back above here, which let's call it 65,000. 4 hour daily close back above there. That's first box ticked. But the real tick box, the real big tick box, will be back above here, which is 66.5. 4 hour daily closes back above there. It's likely the daily momentum will be back to the upside, and when daily momentum's back to the upside within a bull run, you get decent upside moves. So there we go. What's that? 8 minutes. 8 minutes. I managed to steal 8 minutes of your time. And listen, I appreciate that. If you've enjoyed this and you found it useful, then please like and subscribe. And if you haven't enjoyed it, then don't waste your time coming back tomorrow, because I'll be doing it again for Tuesday. Okay, take care, guys. Enjoy what's left of your Monday. Goodbye.